Joining us to look at the season ending is a journalist, of course, based in London. Seb Alston joins us this afternoon. Seb, a fantastic season ending for the Premier League teams. Chelsea back to the Champions League, Arsenal qualifying to the Champions League, Manchester City finishing in a secured place, and not forgetting the relegated teams in the Premier League.
Yeah, it was a really exciting end to the season. Obviously, there was a lot on the line going into the last day of the season. Obviously, the title had already been decided and the relegation place is already decided. It was all about those Champions League spots. And in the end, obviously, yeah, City, Chelsea and Newcastle just about getting over the line. A little bit more comfortable for Man City, but for Chelsea, they got it done on the last day against Forest. And Newcastle, I mean, it was very, very tight for them. Obviously, losing at home to Everton, but just about, because of Aston Villa's result, getting the job done, scraping into Europe. And yeah, I think both Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa are going to be bitterly disappointed with how that final day went for both of them after having such great seasons, not being able to get it done, not being able to get it over the line. Yeah, they're going to be really disappointed about having to settle for the Europa League and Conference League, respectively.
All right, before I let you go, what do you make of Manchester United's season? Do you think they can get back to winning ways next season? What do you think of Manchester United?
It has been, I think, fair to say, a nightmare season for Manchester United. It has not been good enough at all. They obviously had the consolation, or they tried to get that consolation midweek, obviously against Tottenham in Europa League. They weren't able to get that done. So, yeah, there's a massive rebuild. They're not going to have that, you know, the lure of Champions League football to try and get in the top players from across Europe. I think it's going to be really difficult. Obviously, they've got a good manager. If they can trust Amorim, I think they can try to build, but I think it's going to be a long rebuild process. Right. If they manage to get that Europa League victory, it could have sped up the process, but I think it's going to be difficult. But it was a good result at the weekend. All right, good result by the weekend. Thank you very much, Seb Alston. Unfortunately, time is now a friend, but I must say a big thank you to you for joining on the show. We hope to have you in subsequent editions of the show. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you for having me on, yeah.